Hi, my name's Sherry, and I set up Justice for All for families to come together so we can help the remaining IPPs and show support to what they are going through and their families. I'm joined here with my dog, who's a Cocker Spaniel, who doesn't really leave my side, so I do apologise. But yeah, we set up this channel to help families. My brother is an IPP who has served 16 years. He went in for GBH on a 2.5 year tariff, and he is still in now. Okay, rehabilitation, it's doing absolutely nothing for him, being locked behind his cell, locked in his cell behind his door, day in, day out. Not having a release date is absolute torture. It would be nice if these remaining IPPs could have, a resentence, an earlier parole date, and given an indication of what they need to do and how long they are going to be locked up for. I think a never-ending sentence isn't going to do anybody any good. We talked about rehabilitation before, and there's nothing that is rehabilitating being locked behind a door, having your human rights taken away from you, having no toilet roll, in times of having the heating off, freezing, all these things that are done that people don't know about because nothing's spoke about. So this is to sort of speak up, connect with families, connect with people, and show support and knowledge between us all. I do know there's a clause in the Human Rights Act that is being broken by the IPP tariff. The IPP tariff has been abolished, it is no longer. So I really don't know what the hold-up of all this time has been to keep 2,000 odd people behind bars still with no release date. A lot of the IPPs, mental health is at crisis point because they can't just keep going on and every 2 years they go for parole be told, no sorry, no sorry. And this sometimes is done with a note pushed under the door. There's no empathy, no nothing. And I think it's an absolute disgrace to have a note put underneath your door saying, no sorry son, you're going to have to wait another 2 years, pull your socks up. It's disgusting. I think they need to bring the military back. They need to get these boys out to work, do something, not just lock them behind the door. You are responsible for our children, our families. If you want to lock them behind the door, put them to good use, okay? Build the self-esteem, give them jobs to do and things like that. It doesn't do any good for rehabilitation to be stuck behind your door with no job. I know it's COVID and things like that, but it's just not good enough to lock the door and think that that's okay, because it's not okay, and expecting everybody to jump through hoops when they can't get through those hoops in the first place. The goalpost keep changing all the time. So this was purely set up to support those families and give that information, and people can maybe come together and start working together to get out of this hole that we're in, because it's just never ending, okay? And some people are really helping in the world, but some people are contributing to ignore the fact that this problem needs sorting out. And I know, like, lots of the government with Road 2 and things like that, you just get ignored, okay? And we are human at the end of the day. It'd be different if it was one of your family members. They probably wouldn't be in this position. But we've got to fight because, I, for one, know my brother's been in for 16 years, and I dread the day that I get a phone call to say he's no longer here because he can't cope with the water he's trying to tread. And a lot of the family members have lost their children, lost their partners, and if they haven't lost them physically, they've lost them mentally because it's absolutely tortured them. Somebody needs to stand up and take some responsibility, and we need to fight And we've got every right to speak out about this, and this is what we're going to do. So get in touch, leave your comments and any messages, and we'll all help each other, and we'll try to get a middle ground and try and move this forward, because there's 2,000 IPPs remaining in custody doing 16 years, like my brother, 12 years, 8 years, like a life sentence. It's absolutely disgraceful, and it's just not needed. They're better off bringing them out and having them on tag, you know, having them in their own homes, giving them the tag, give them a chance to get out and have a life. You know, don't just write them off and keep them in behind bars, because what if they do this and what if they do that? Because everybody who goes into jail can reoffend. We know this. It's not just the IPPs. You know, if you commit a murder and they do the sentence and you let them out, everybody's got potential once they've been in, but let them have a bit of responsibility. Let them go. 16 years is too long. You've lost half your life. You know, you've taken everything away from people, you know, and the IPPs have done far too long. So we need to start getting our act together and work together to drive this forward, and we'll keep going. Be nice to interview people, to work with people, to find out how they've been treated, and how we can move this forward, and get in touch with the right people to make some changes. Too much talking's getting done and nothing's getting done. We're talking about it, but we're not pushing for it. We're not doing anything. And it's really sad, because a lot of the IPPs, some of them don't have any family. When they've got a problem, it's in-house, not dealt with, because nobody on the outside knows. Okay, and it's nice to share those stories so we can make changes for the better and reach those people that don't know about these things, that can make change also. So this is the first video I've done, so please be kind. But I don't care. I'll keep going. And again, we're called Justice for All, because that's what we want to get. Okay, so I'll leave it there, and we'll all catch up soon. Okay, thanks for listening.